What's up, guys? Welcome back to Lumpy Milk Podcast. Lumpy Milk Pockets. I'm already messing up. Already
I was
failing.
gonna say, are you skipping pockets?
Skipping pockets. Okay, if you're wondering why it's been a while, we recorded like 3 episodes. All failed. All audio was out of sync.
Staticky too.
Staticky too. We have Josh here now on the podcast, along with Sean.
What's up?
And Emma.
What's up?
And I. So, just getting out of the way, because, we've already, destroyed 3 podcast episodes.
Yeah,
but
Sorry, go ahead.
now we have, all new mics, so,
Yeah.
And maybe they'll come back as Patreon-only long-lost episodes?
Yeah, and you'll hear me going
Yeah.
every time I'm talking.
Yeah, for, a good, 3/4 of an episode.
Yeah. Not, what, $90 for that microphone? $90.
Maybe it was your phone this whole time.
It wasn't, because I moved it away. Because I tried that, too.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we tested it.
Yeah, but for some reason I just sounded all staticky, terrible.
So yeah,
waste.
don't buy the blue snowball nano thing. Yeti
It was a
nano.
snowball?
It was a Yeti Nano.
Oh.
That's what it's called. Don't buy it.
Ooh, like iPod Nano.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyways, we're back. Think of it as a hiatus. This week we're talking about this article I just read about how a girl got hit at a Cubs baseball game by a line drive. Good stuff. Only that, nothing else.
Just that
Nothing
over
else?
and over again, the same story, the
Just
same
that.
things, just repeatedly.
Can you imagine?
Are we doing dreams?
We are doing dreams, the
Yeah.
Dreamcast.
So many dreams.
So many dreams.
But-
I love the Dreamcast.
But so what we're doing is we're talking about dreams, all things dreams, sharing our dreams. So it's the Dreamcast.
We're actually just playing Dreamcast also.
Yeah,
Yep.
because that's a game, right?
It's a console.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what you said earlier. Josh is laughing at me
Laughing
as
at
if
you.
I should know that.
You don't know this obscure console that
Yeah.
literally
What
failed
talk
so
about?
hard
When-
that no one knows what it is?
In the same year, I got 2 consoles, and those are the only ones I've ever owned in my life. Josh was like,
Okay.
laughing at me because I should know that.
Quick Dreamcast fun facts. Came out on September 9th, 1999. Was one of the first online consoles that you could get an online subscription.
Oh, really?
They actually used to give you the console for free if you subscribed to a year of the internet subscription for it.
What, really?
Oh.
It was a huge failure, mainly because it was really easy to pirate the games for it. It was such a failure that Sega was going to go under, but the CEO at the time, before he died, gave all of his stocks back to Sega to keep Sega around, and that's why they're a software-only company now.
Wow.
Dreamcast fun
Pretty
facts.
Sega was terrible at making consoles. All of their things suck besides the Genesis.
The Genesis so good. The Genesis had a really good sound chip, which is why all the Genesis era music is really good compared to Nintendo.
What who put it out? The Dreamcast? Who was it?
Sega.
It was Sega.
Sonic.
Okay, yeah. So that's why they're software only.
Yeah, imagine. We could be living in a world where the Dreamcast 5 would be coming out soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
If only.
It's cool. They had cool memory cards that had little screens on them, and you could play games on them.
What? I want to see it. I want to look it up.
It's really weird.
I'll look it up after.
My cousin had one. He had Madden.
That's so cool. Are they
That's where Crazy
Rare?
Taxi's from.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Is it rare? Can you not get them anywhere?
Not really.
Yeah.
They only sold 8 million or something.
Yeah, you can. I've seen some around from time to time. They're probably $40-$50 at a pawn shop or online. You can probably get them online,
Yeah.
right? It's just then you have to get the games, and the games are even harder to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not a Sega podcast. We're a
We are now.
funny, funny boy podcast.
Yeah.
Right, guys?
The
Funny
4
boys.
boys.
Funny boys.
All right. Who's the number 1 boy for the night? Who's going to say a dream first?
Chris.
You want
Chris.
my dream?
Yes.
Yes.
My
So,
dream-
so Chris, this morning, one of the first, I swear it was one of the first things you said to me was, I had a dream last night that I want to tell, but I'm going to wait for Sean to get here to tell. And you either said it's going to make you so mad or I was so mad, and I was like, all right, I'm ready for this. Because last night, you had it last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So last night I had a dream. That was nuts. And I was like, all right, we are doing a dream cast tonight. So
It's happening. It won't make you mad. It was just really, 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 really dumb and stupid, which was basically we were at work and someone came in looking for a horse saddle. I don't know why. Something that people would probably actually do.
yeah,
My sister.
Yeah, like something that would happen. And they like were like foreign and didn't really speak English. So my dream was like 10 minutes of me trying to tell them about the horse place that we have in a town over,
Yeah.
like that like one weird horse like store.
Yep.
Me trying to explain for like 10 minutes where to go to look for horse stuff because we have one, which is so weird. And then their like daughter or something came in and like spoke like English and was like, "Oh, okay, we can just like go over there." There's not much else to it except it just felt like it was happening like the whole time of me just getting stressed out trying to explain this to this person where to go get maybe horse saddle.
oh my god,
Super random.
I could like
Super random.
actually see that happening though.
I don't know why. I've never thought about that store in my life. I don't know why it was coming into me.
Pretty sure saddles are really expensive too.
Yeah.
I think they're like $400.
Yeah, so
Probably.
I don't know why, but that was my really dumb dream, and I woke up like kind of stressed out about it because I could imagine myself like actually getting mad at like someone being really stupid and like me having to deal with that.
Yeah, that sounds really annoying. But like I said, I like literally could see that someone doing that, being like, "Well, I thought you had all American stuff here. Like,
Basically,
I want to ride my horse." And,
yeah. There's too many cow. It's Old Town Road is getting to me.
yeah.
One day we'll have Lil Nas on the podcast.
Emma, what was your dream?
Okay, so, well, I was gonna say, are you sure you don't want to go first because every single episode that we recorded during this little hiatus was Sean talked about his dream, so that he had. So I didn't know if you wanted to just say it first and get it out of the way.
For the fourth time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Might as well.
Okay.
Give people an idea of where you're at in life.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can give me some more advice.
Yeah. For the fourth time.
Well, I haven't had any dreams since, so it might be over with by now. But kept having dreams about being at the lake and shit with my fam. It was weird. And like some emotional stuff about water and weird car rides. I don't know. I can't really remember what else I said about it.
Yeah.
Everyone here was saying I need a vacation. Like, yeah, probably.
You just need to be outside.
Literally, every dream it was like me on a boat on
Yeah.
the fucking lake.
We can get a boat.
I have a boat.
My dad has a boat, a canoe.
My dad has a. Hi, Loki. Going. Sure to be let out. Goodbye. 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 She's gonna meow again and try to come in.
Oh, for sure.
My dad has this thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's like, it looks like two little canoes in like a seat in the middle. So it's not actually canoes. It's just like picture a canoe with a top over it. Like, what do I call it? What do you call it? Like, I don't know, but it's like
A pontoon.
kind of.
Do you
it's like
pedal
a
it?
one person. You don't pedal. You row, but like you might use like the two row thingies, not like the one paddle. I don't know, but someone literally gave it to him for free, and he was just gonna throw it away. And I was like, sell it, like make someone buy it. But I don't know. There's a bunch of boats for you, Sean. We'll get you a boat.
Did I tell my Wolverine Daredevil dream last time?
Yeah. Last time.
Oh, yes. Where you became them.
One by day, one by night.
Yeah.
And then the weird middle where you were just a blind Wolverine.
And aliens came, and then ended on a cliffhanger. Like the next story arc was supposed to happen next dream.
And I told you my Wolverine dream about how I was chasing like this demon chick on rooftops, and then Wolverine showed up, and then we both banged her, and then Wolverine left.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my, I forgot about that. Jesus
Same.
Christ.
God.
Never know what will happen in a dream.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some fanfics out there like that. Maybe you just read one. How is two different superheroes combining? I'm sure that could be a thing. Start making more comics like that.
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, it's definitely a thing.
Yeah. Does that happen? Doesn't the Punisher combine with Ghost Rider turn super badass?
Like
Yep.
Bowsette.
Yeah.
Yes.
Emma, what was your dream?
I'm pumped. I'm ready.
Wait, I have a question before that.
What?
Important to your thing.
What?
Before we get too off task. If in your dream, if the Wolverine you got shot, like with bullets, right as you were transforming back to Daredevil before you could heal them out, do you think you would die as Daredevil?
Daredevil's good at healing too.
What?
What do you, does that, is that an actual thing?
Yeah, he meditates.
Oh my fucking god.
Meditate the bullets away.
Yeah.
Right out
Not
my
a way
brain.
to heal.
But out of his body when they're deep in him?
Yeah, she has the nurse girl. Pluck him out.
Rosario Dawson.
I guess so.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
All right, Emma. Let's finally hear that dream.
I'm pumped. I'm ready.
Okay, so
Never been so excited.
it's not that long. I can't remember a lot of it. I just remember like I have a few
I thought
images.
you wrote down.
So the thing that I wrote down is separate, and I'll explain that after. But first, I literally can just remember like little snippets. But the first dream I had, because I had two. The first dream I had, it was me, and I don't like it's. I tried so hard to remember, but when I woke up, I was already forgetting things. So I'm trying to put the pieces together, but basically I was on this long road, the skinny road, and on like right past the road on each side was like heavy forest. So whoever I was with, there was a helicopter crashed in the road, kind of off the road into the trees. But the blades, what are those called?
Propellers.
Yeah, propeller, was like wicked long and in the road, and we almost crashed into it, or we might have like kind of crashed into it, but we were okay. I think it might have been me and my friend Fiona, but I can't remember. She was in my second dream, so I don't know if I'm piecing that together and making her be in my first dream or not. But so we kind of crashed, but we were okay, and then we're getting out of the car being like, oh my god, why is this helicopter like crashed and whatever, and the person that was in the helicopter was like dead and bloody and like mutilated, and so we're like freaking out. I could feel myself in real life while sleeping getting nauseous because I was looking at a dead body, and I was like thinking, oh my god, like how am I gonna recover from finding this dead body and seeing a dead body, like freaking out. All of a sudden, as we're like right after we noticed the dead body in the helicopter, a car came and like slid and smashed into it, and the propeller smashed the whole roof of their car off and cut both of their heads off. That the people that were in the front seat,
Jesus.
like driving and in the passenger seat,
Shit.
and literally their head and like guts just like spilled out on the road. I literally can vividly see someone's head like sliding across the street, and I was literally sick in real life while sleeping, because I'm like, oh my god, this is like, I'm seeing multiple dead bodies and people dying in front of me. Then another car crashed into that car and like just smashed, and right there I woke up like freaking out, and so I was all freaked out, but I was so fucking tired that I like immediately fell back asleep. And the second dream like almost kind of went off of the first one because it was so close together. And I was driving with Fiona. She was driving, I was in the passenger seat, and we're driving in my hometown, and where we were, there was like a farm that they have like a corn maze, and like you can buy a bunch of different things, and they sell flowers and stuff and whatever. And so on both sides of the road, there's like just a bunch of open fields because they have like strawberries, and this is an actual place. they have like strawberries and corn and stuff that they sell. So there's these whole open fields, and to the left while we're driving down there, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but there was like a car crash, and I didn't like see it at first, but Fiona stopped and backed up and was like, "Oh my God, do you see that?" And looked off into the field, like in the corn. There's like a car all crashed and like on fire, and there's like a bunch of dead, bloody people inside of it again. Jesus. And then I woke up after that, right after that, and was like, woke up to my alarm, and I was like laying there, like shitting my pants. But yeah, so that was basically it. That's all I can really remember. There was more to it than that, but like I remember in my first dream with the helicopter that I was, you know, when you like have those dreams where you like are fighting someone and you're trying to punch and you're just going so slow and you're struggling so hard.
Yeah.
I remember struggling, trying to move to get to help the people and like block people from coming so there wouldn't be anyone else getting in like accidents and whatever, but I couldn't get there because I was struggling to move and I couldn't move. So I was just like freaking myself out even more, but that's all I can really remember. But it was so like fucked up, and I haven't really had a lot of dreams lately, especially not nightmares. It's just weird that I had two like right in a row that were like almost connected and kind of the same thing.
She hasn't slept since.
True.
Literally.
True.
The first one sounds like the beginning of like some horror movie or
Like
something.
a Final Destination.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Literally Final Destination.
Definitely.
It'd be so much more scarier if it was like one of those times where like you're driving tired and like you fall asleep for a microsecond and like hit one of the wake up strips, but you woke up from that dream from that and you woke up and you were driving.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. That'd be terrible. Have you ever fallen asleep while driving? Have you ever done that?
I've dozed off a little. But
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I've never gone like off road or anything. I like feel when like I'm like, okay, I need to like pull over and
Yeah.
sleep. I do that. It's way better than like being like, oh, I can probably make another 30 minutes. To get
Yeah.
home.
No.
I also hallucinate. If I'm like incredibly tired, I'm driving, especially at night. Like I'll like think I see things like reflect that aren't there.
Yeah. I get
Yeah.
that.
Like I'll see like I remember once when we were coming back from Yellow Card in Boston, I was like incredibly tired, and like I looked over and like saw like the like you know how the guardrails have like those little square dividers in the middle.
Yeah.
I like saw the reflection of that, and I thought it was like a futuristic car.
What the fuck?
And I was like,
Jesus.
whoa. I was like, oh, never mind.
Perfect.
Yeah. Do you guys have any recurring dreams?
I do.
No.
Like what?
I die
Jeez.
every time. It's
You're what? You die?
yeah, every time. And in this one recurring dream, I probably had it 3 or 4 times in my life. Not just all at one point. It's like for like the last like 10 years. We'll have this dream where I leave my house and I get in my parents' like van and I take a right, I take another right, then I take a left, then I take another left, then I take a right, and I'm coming down.
You like know exactly
Yeah,
which way.
and I'm coming
Wow.
down Main Street, and a green Jeep pulls out, and I swerve into the other side, and I hit an 18-wheeler, and I wake up.
That's
I've had
fucked
that
up.
like 4 times.
That. I wonder what is making you have that dream.
That's some Final Destination shit.
Probably like Fruit Loops. If I just have a big bowl of Fruit Loops before bed.
I was like, oh, thinking so much deeper into it than I needed to.
That's it. That's all it takes.
So how long have you been having them?
That one? Like,
Yeah.
Before I had my license.
So you've had it 4 times since then?
Yeah.
What was the most recent time?
Like maybe a year ago.
That's terrible. You
It's
literally
weird.
know exactly which turns you take.
Yep. Because
That's awful.
I take the same way out of the house and into Main Street.
Have you ever been like lucid during it and you're like, oh, here we go? Or
No,
you
not
just-
during that.
Yeah.
I can lucid dream all the time.
I've had maybe 2 lucid dreams my whole life.
I cannot, if I get woken up and I go back to bed fast enough,
Yeah.
I can go back into the dream, but like change what's happening. Like if I'm having a dream where like something's about to happen, like I'm about to get shot, and then like someone wakes me up, and I go back to bed, I'll go back into the dream, and like I'll magically have like an Iron Man suit.
You're like, no, I'm going into this differently this time.
I'll be the shooter, and I'll shoot
Yeah.
myself.
I was gonna say I don't have recurring dreams. I just have recurring themes.
Ooh, theme dreams.
Theme dreams, like
Green.
Like bar mitzvah.
no, like moving into my old house. I've had that dream probably like 5 times this year already, and there's always spiders there, like giant, evil, disgusting, hundreds of them, and it pisses me the fuck off.
I like that they're inherently evil.
They are evil. Spiders are evil, no
No,
matter
they're
what.
not. They do good things.
I don't,
Right. They keep all the bugs down so we don't get killed by mosquitoes.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
That-
fuck the mosquitoes.
They keep to themselves.
That you're having that dream because you're scared of spiders.
Yeah,
Bitch.
but it's like
Well, that's why you're having that reoccurring dream. Not a dream, it's a nightmare. Because I have reoccurring nightmares of my sister throwing up. Because my biggest fear is vomit. And growing up with my sister, we were so close. We're like 12 months apart or something like that.
What, really? Oh,
Dang.
damn.
Yeah, something like that. Or 14 months.
Immediate.
No, it's 14 months. Yeah, we're 14 months apart. And, so we were so close in age, and we shared a room our whole lives, or as children, and whatever. So it's like, and for some reason, she was always sick. She had strep throat for like literally like a whole year, and was in and out of the hospital, and she had sleep apnea, and she had to get her tonsils and adenoids removed, and she would like, that would make her sick like all the time. So basically she was just constantly sick, would overeat all the time to the point of making herself throw up. Just everything that possibly could happen to make her throw up happened. So she threw up constantly. So I think that's why I'm afraid of vomit. But I have specific dreams of her vomiting. Like, I hate vomit, and there'll be other people like throwing up around me, and I'm trying to like run away, but I can't. But it's like typically always her. So I'm having vomit dreams because I'm scared of it. You're having spider dreams because you're scared of spiders.
Maybe one day they'll be vomiting spiders, shooting webs everywhere.
I like spiders. I think they're cute.
You
So-
love them.
So that would probably make me be like, oh, it's so cute.
Would you get like a tarantula if you could? Like a little like.
Would I have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Did you tell the school trip vomit dream or vomit like incident that happened on here?
No, I don't think so. Did I? I feel like actually I might
Yeah,
have.
you'd most
Did you? Oh,
way
Yeah.
back in the day.
That's so
I only
good.
know about it through Facebook.
Yeah.
So good.
So-
Where I tried to blend in as being there.
I couldn't remember if you told it or not.
Yeah. Well, I definitely did during our biggest fears podcast.
Oh,
I
that's
think.
right.
I feel like I did because it's like, how would I not mention it? I'll just say like I'm not going to tell a story because you know how I ramble on stories, but basically I went on a field trip with my 7th grade class
And me.
and Josh. He traveled all the way down to Mass.
He had a dream about it and put himself in it.
Yeah, he lucid dreamed so hard it became a reality. And what? Go ahead.
How's that not a movie yet?
You're welcome.
There we go.
It's an
Matrix.
episode of SpongeBob.
How is it?
Is it?
I don't know. He goes in people's dreams.
Oh,
He
that's a
goes
good
from reality
episode.
into people's dreams.
Oh, yeah, but I want a movie where people dream themselves into reality.
Called Inception.
That's
That was like different though.
sort of the premise of Code Lyoko. They bring the AI girl into the real
Oh
world.
shit, that's right. Such a good show, you guys. Check it out if you haven't.
I haven't.
It's like really bad 3D.
Terrible.
Like early, like
Ugly.
3D stuff.
Like
So
uglier than Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
Ugh.
great show though.
But yeah, so it was basically my 7th grade trip. We went to, I think somewhere near Boston, on a whale watch trip. And it was like this shitty little boat. Like it was like, we were basically stuffed with people. And it was I think it was we drove 4 hours out and then 4 hours back or something like that, or maybe it was 2 hours and 2 hours. I think it was 4 hours in total or something. So we're riding out, everything's fine, we're cruising, and then about two. No, I can't remember exactly, but all of a sudden it started getting rockier and the waves started like getting pretty bad and everyone's starting to not feel well, and then all of a sudden one kid pukes. I'm
was it?
petrified. What?
Who was patient 0?
His name was Jake.
Oh,
Sound, yeah, of course.
typical Jake move.
Yeah, straight up, literally. Typical Jake pukes, then pukes again. Literally a domino effect. All of a sudden, everyone's puking, and there's a two-tier boat. So people are thrown up over the top of the deck onto people on the bottom. There's teachers puking on students. There's like inside there was like a candy bar, like a little like snack shack, and people were literally taking the buckets of candy, dumping it on the floor, and then puking into the buckets. So yeah, that's basically the story.
Literally lived the scene by Stand By Me.
I've seen that movie, but I don't really
The
remember.
pie
it.
eating
That
contest.
is the most standout part of the movie, so you must have saw it like
I think the
forever
train
ago.
part's more standout.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, the guy, he just like, he goes into the pie contest just with like the plan of puking. And he goes in and he like pukes on people. He pukes on someone, I think. And then like, it just
Yeah.
dominoes. And the guy's like describing, and he's like, and the mayor puked all over his wife's tits.
Okay.
Dude, it's such a good movie.
It is.
I haven't seen it forever.
We should watch it because I don't remember it.
It's good.
That part is pure filler, though.
Yeah.
It's like
It's just a fun
I
story.
don't know if I've seen that.
the movie is short enough. Like if it didn't have that part in it, it would take like 7 minutes out of the movie.
Sometimes you need a puke train scene.
Yeah, it's just a fun little world
Yeah.
building history thing.
Dope ass movie.
Gotta have lore.
Me and Josh used to watch it all the time.
Yeah.
Who's in it? What is it about?
Sick balls. A bunch of kids. I don't know if they're actually big kids.
Yeah, Corey Feldman.
Corey in the house.
Do you guys not know who Corey Feldman is?
I know the name. I don't remember. I'd have to see a picture.
He was like popular in.
Don't.
He was in
He
a
was, like,
thousand
popular in, like-
80s movies.
Did he
Yeah,
die
the
from
80s.
drugs?
No, that was the other Corey.
You know, I don't remember like shit.
Corey Haim. And also had Joaquin Phoenix's brother who died of drugs.
Sleepy
And-
Phoenix.
And a couple other random schmucks.
Who died of drugs also?
Richard Dreyfuss was in it.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know who that is.
No.
I know the name. I'm just trying to sync along with the podcast, all right? Trying to make it seem like I know. All right? So I'm just feel like an idiot.
You guys don't know
okay.
these 80s
I don't know any of those
stars.
people.
Sorry,
I know
I-
names. I don't
yeah,
know what they
same.
look like.
Same.
You don't know Richard Dreyfuss either?
No.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Jaws. He was in
Who is he
Stand
in
By Me.
Jaws?
Are you kidding me?
the
He
fisherman?
listed Stand By Me. Yeah, the classic. Stand By Me.
In Jaws, he was one of the, one of the captain dudes.
I'd have
cool.
to see him.
I don't know if I've ever seen that movie, actually.
I'll tell you what, I'm
Jaws?
starting
Yeah.
tomorrow. I'm starting to watch all the James Bond films. I'm on
80 of
Blu-ray.
them.
There's 23.
Oh my.
Starting in 1967. Sean Connery's Dr. No.
My dad
Doctor,
loves
no.
those movies.
I inside the like collection box I got, there's like a booklet of like the posters, like the movie posters at
Oh,
a time.
really?
Boy, let me tell you, the women outnumber the men on those posters like 8-1.
Yeah, because they're literally just all like harassing women for
There's
like
a
90 minutes.
There's a super funny one where it's like James Bond like this, but like the foreground is like a girl's legs and like what appears to be like a one-piece bathing suit with like a crossbow, but then like they show it again and it one of the edits was instead of him like shooting like his iconic shoot at the camera, he was just creeping. And then the next edit, it's the same thing, but you can they drew shorts on the girl, and it's like so clearly drawn, like it looks like cartoon.
Oh, jeez.
What the fuck?
Classy.
It's
Oh,
so
is this
good.
the one you just got at the yard sale?
Yeah,
Yeah.
$150 James Bond Blu-ray collection got for $2.
That's pretty crazy.
That's
Right?
crazy.
I'm
That's why this time of year is so good for that. It's so good.
fun. I cleaned up yard sale.
Yeah.
Got Game Boy SP, got original Xbox, got James Bond Blu-ray. You got Mortal Kombat 2 for Sega Genesis in its box.
You got Link's crossbow training plus a Wii remote and
Yeah.
nunchuck.
I almost got this cool baseball thing. It was like a huge ass wooden baseball, like almost like pinball. It was like a wooden game.
What?
It was
should've bought
baseball. It was
it.
$10.
Sounds like
Damn.
it's old.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
It looked cool, but I know I wouldn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
It just sits somewhere.
But you have it. You
Yeah.
can sell it online for more.
Maybe. But the Xbox
Right?
works. I was pretty pumped about that.
Chris.
Does she want
Staring
to
at the door for a while.
Ready? Get out of here.
Go on. Skedaddle.
Sorry for all the cat door opening noises.
So
We're keeping these dreams going.
Yeah,
I got a
was just-
million dreams.
Dude, I was about to bring it back to recurring dreams. And
Back
how
again.
Recurring.
another recurring dream I have, for whatever reason, you guys will think it's funny. Fortnite.
Of course.
What? Like you're in it?
Yeah.
What?
And
That's awesome.
I don't know if I'm in it or if I'm just playing it super realistically.
I like to think that your dream is not, it's like a third person perspective of you, and you look like you're green screened into the game.
No, but for real, I keep having Fortnite dreams for whatever reason. And I don't know if I ever won a match. I've
Shit.
come close. I remember one time there was a ton of people just shooting rocket launchers in this one small space, killing each other while I was hiding in a little box. And I'm pretty sure that's how I won the game.
Do
But
you
I can't remember.
wake up when you die?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Are you just playing the game? Is that like that's what's happening?
Yeah, Fortnite.
Oh. Shit, dude. Don't tell
You're not
Reddit.
in
They'll like
it?
get mad at you. They're really about that Minecraft train right now.
Damn.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like still recently?
Yeah, like the other day, that one I just said is my most recent one, which was like within the last 2 weeks.
Are your dreams keeping up with the current world lore?
No.
Oh, okay, so might want to like just check in on the map. You know, keep it synced up.
Speaking of synced up, I'm noticing a little thing going on with Sean and Chris right now.
They're both on their period.
What? I'm so confused.
Oh, we both wearing the same shirt.
Wearing
Oh,
the same shirt,
that's right.
and also
They both have glasses.
they both have glasses.
They're both white.
Shit, and we're white, dude. No.
No, we're white. No,
Sorry, everyone.
not only that, but
It sucks.
Sorry, everyone. 4 white people doing a podcast. Who would have thought?
Ugh, it's the worst.
the pants that Chris is wearing are the typical blue plaid pajama pants, and Sean almost put those on. Basically the same thing. They're over there.
You know, I noticed that too.
Could have been matching.
You guys could have been wearing the same exact thing, which the reason why I'm pointing it out is because Sean absolutely hates matching
Twins.
with anyone
Weird.
so much.
Really?
It's annoying as fuck.
It makes him so angry. Like, if I pointed that out earlier, he would have came in here and changed his shirt.
He did tell
Yeah.
me like at work that he was mad.
Oh, because you
So-
wore that at work?
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't even realize.
Yeah, and I buttoned up my flannel.
Yeah,
Even though I was only
Why?
there for a while.
it makes him so mad.
How do you get so mad?
Josh
for
is fascinated by this.
Weird,
So-
you know.
It's weird.
It's so weird.
I don't want some dumb bitch waltzing up onto me and being like, "Oh, you're twinning."
Oh, so did Twin Day and senior year mean nothing to you?
Who'd you twin with?
Us. We had regular show shirts that we both had the same ones of.
That was the last time.
Worst day of Sean's life.
I ruined it. It was my fault. Oh, it's because we didn't get into the yearbook, so that's why he hates it.
Yep. You didn't make it.
It's fine. No, closer.
The
People
one-
want the crisp.
It's like buzzing, like when you speak super loud into a microphone. It's like,
Oh, it's because I'm yelling, so I'm getting angry.
The one time he did it and you got nothing out of it. He's like, it just triggered him. He's like, nope, I can never
Yeah.
do it again.
yeah.
Wait, but this brings to more questions. Do you hate things that trigger societal things like that? like people coming up and saying shit like that.
Like that's the reason.
Like, but is there other things like that you know in like life?
It's like embarrassing, and also, I just hate people commenting on my being.
It's just hard to do when we both work in the same apparel industry.
My least favorite thing was always like people saying, "Smile." I'm just like,
Dude, that
who
literally
the
makes me
fuck
so mad.
Smiles 24/7.
My mom.
Creeps.
My mom. She's
Your
a
mom's
psycho.
high all the time.
She's she's the most happy person ever. She'll like walk in there and be like into some restaurant, be like, "Hi, how are you?" Like, oh, and like just smiling, and like laughing at everything. One of those people that are like say something and starts dying laughing and it like wasn't funny, but you're just like to be nice. That's literally my mom. But like I get my anger from my mom. So like if you piss her off, she's all of a sudden like, okay, all right, and is like just being psycho like me. So I think she's overly nice and happy to like hide the anger.
Your mom's fake.
Damn.
No.
That sounds like
No real mom.
yeah. That sounds about.
Little orphan Emma.
Yeah, basically.
I'm
My
just
mom
like
moved-
my mom.
My
too.
mom moved to California, so I'm basically an orphan.
Actually, funny thing is, my grandmother had my mom when she was super young. She got pregnant when she was 13.
8.
Damn.
She got pregnant when she was 13 and had my mom when she was 14. And what'd you say? I couldn't hear you. Did you say something? Or are you just shaking your head, Sean, at what I'm saying?
No, you said 8.
Oh, okay. I knew you said
Closer.
something. Yeah.
Still not okay.
13.
Yeah, so 13. and
That's
then-
like death penalty back then.
Yeah. So what happened was, I don't know the exact story, which is always the case. I never know the exact story. But so when my grandmother had my mom, she put her up for quote unquote adoption, and my great grandmother adopted her. So she was like an orphan, and her name is Anne. So little orphan Annie.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That happened all the time back then. I have a great aunt who's like that. She's really the child of like my great grandmother, but she was like raped when she was 12 and like
Jeez.
had the kid. So then like it went up for her mom just raised it as her own.
Yeah.
So she was like raised amongst them as like,
Right.
this is your sister.
Yeah.
But really it's your niece.
Right. Yep.
Interesting.
It's fucked.
Yeah. Where else were we going? Were you starting to say something?
Yeah. So, we all got drunk the other night, besides Emma. So,
She's pretty lit.
dude, I was hung over to fuck yesterday.
That was fun.
I wasn't.
I was also
It
fine.
ruined my entire day. I
Well,
was pissed.
you were really drunk.
Yeah. You gotta drink more water.
But I
End of the
remember
night.
everything.
Yeah, you
But
don't
I
always
feel like
black
that's
out.
yeah, that's not always
get
the
drunk.
case. It's not always the case.
You don't have to be blackout.
I was pretty drunk at the end of the night. Like when I was out there by myself for like an hour after you guys left.
I was wondering how long you were out there.
I was literally like falling asleep. I was super contemplating because there's still a bunch of wood, and I was like, do I just sleep in this chair?
Yeah.
And then I was like, no. I just put the cover on the fire pit, and I was like, let's hope it doesn't burn down the house. And I went into bed.
That should like never like happen anyway. That's just like 1% possibility.
Until it happens. And I'm homeless.
Yep. True.
But yeah, we're typing stuff into our podcast ideas Facebook group message. And I was wasted typing all of these. I don't remember typing any of them.
I do.
Some of them
I do.
Yeah, because
I was like,
Chris eventually took over.
he's like typing like every 8th word.
Yeah.
I remember typing in around the world.
Yeah,
I was
because
into
it's
it.
playing.
Because we were listening to Around the World by Daft Punk.
I remember molasses.
Oh yeah, because we're talking about the Great Molasses Flood.
Oh,
don't-
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's a good story. Tell that, Chris.
I don't remember the exact details. It
We'll
was
just tell, like, a little bit.
It was, I guess, for people who don't know, it was this dumb thing that I think is funny because it's dumb.
Tragic.
It's tragic too, but it's like a molasses factory in like near Boston, like 100 years ago, like
Blew up.
blew up basically and like flooded the streets, and like 30 people died from like molasses.
That is crazy. Like, that sounds like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs type shit. That all of a sudden, like, there's meatballs falling from the sky and like molasses oceans flooding.
It's also just an old thing. Who like thinks like, oh, I'm gonna go get some molasses. Like, who's still buying molasses?
A couple years ago, a wall like gave in at like a salt factory, and like a bunch of people's cars got buried in salt.
Oh, jeez. And salt,
Instantly rusted.
yeah, salt
looked like
just
snow.
cars. Yeah.
It was interesting.
Wow.
Throw some more words at us.
I got a dream. I got one dream that I want to talk about.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Because it was the weirdest, like, psychological dream. Because it was, like, definitely, like, my brain trying to interpret something I couldn't comprehend. So, like, I had this dream that I was working at a GameStop, and a guy came in, and one of the, like, scams that they, like, tell cashiers to watch out for is people giving you a big bill and then, like, trying to confuse you with change. Be like, oh, here's 100 for, like, that $27 thing. And also, can you break this 50 for me? And then, like, try to exchange a bunch of money back and forth to, like, confuse you and get more money.
Yeah.
So the guy was, like, trying to do that. And he also was, like, he was also, like, giving us, like, foreign money, which was, like, just adding to the confusion. I was just like, stop, guy. I know what you're trying to do. I was like, I'm just going to call security because, like, you're being shithead. And he pulls out a gun.
Oh, jeez.
And I was just like, whoa. Let's take it easy. And he's like, give me the money. I was like, I ain't giving you no money. So he's like, sort of like leaving. And as he leaves, he turns around and like fire shots at me. And I'm just like, turn around. I was like, get down, because there's like another cashier with me. And like, as I turned around, I got shot in the head. And like, the way my brain interpreted it was like, I was trying to talk to the cashier about what you have to do. I was just like, but like, every time I started a sentence, the thoughts in my head just kept going blank. And like, I couldn't like get the sentences out, to where I was like I was thinking like stay down, try to make your way like to the back like room. I was like, it was like that. It was just
terrifying.
It was super weird. It's like every thought just like instantly left my head.
That's creepy.
That's really scary.
Right?
That's scary.
It was so cool.
These
When I
are
think
some
back on it, it's
dreams.
cool because it was like my brain trying to like think of like, oh, you got shot in the head. What would that be like?
Right.
Humans are freaking weird.
It was
Yeah, I know.
wacky.
It's
It was so
crazy.
cool.
So cool getting shot in the head.
Yeah.
Love it.
So now I don't need to know because it's already happened.
Damn.
Start having other dreams. This is what it's like to get stabbed.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how many times have you guys died in a dream?
I told you guys the only dream I've ever died in, which I told you guys I might have been on a podcast, but it was, I'll say it kind of quick. We were like driving in a car trying to drive away because all of a sudden the world was like ending, and I literally could see the flames coming, and we were trying to like speed to get away from them, and it caught right up to us, and I could feel myself burning alive, and I was like starting to scream, and everything went white. I felt myself burning, and everything went bright white, and then I opened my eyes and was suffocating trying to breathe, and I was just laying there sweating and like woke up crying. And I was like, I literally just died. Which, like, I didn't die, but I was like, there's no way I didn't just die. Like, I wasn't laying there,
Yeah.
like,
Like you should have died.
yeah. Like, it was like, there was no way I wasn't just dying. That's the only time I've ever had a dream. Like, there's been times that I've been shot or whatever, and I'm just, like, laying there, like, ow,
Yeah.
I'm shot. But, like,
Oops.
yeah.
You
like,
get up like, oh, I'm good.
yeah, it's like, oh, okay, let's keep walking. But yeah, so I just I laid there and felt myself burning, and all of a sudden everything went bright white, which like I literally just like went to fucking heaven or like was on my way to hell. I don't even know.
It's the
Purgatory.
multiverse.
Yeah.
All our dreams are just alternate realities happening.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so crazy.
You got shot at a GameStop.
Yeah.
You died in a fire.
Yeah.
I was Wolverine.
Sean was Wolverine.
Where were you, Chris?
I was angrily telling someone where to find saddles.
Sean, help me DP that demon chick.
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, it was
High
Sean
five.
at Wolverine.
Yeah.
You guys had the dream at the same time.
Damn.
Hell
I die
yeah.
all the time in my dreams.
I thought you weren't like. I thought that wasn't a thing, but
No,
it's
they
just a rumor.
they just say so. Well, they say if you die in your dreams, like you die for real, but it's like part of like a syndrome where like people keep getting the same dream, and like it's like makes your body really anxious and gives you a heart attack if you die in the dream because like your body just put under a lot of stress when you're sleeping. It's like 5 dreams in a row though, like when that happens.
Good to know the brain can just kill itself.
Yeah,
From
Scary.
nothingness.
it can trick itself. That's
Fucking stupid ass brains.
The brain named itself.
whoa.
The brain thinks it's smarter than everything else.
The brain named everything else too.
Yeah, the brain named you. It named you. It named you.
Go on. Thank you, brain.
Brain. I've held a real human brain before.
Do you think that's why people are like, human brains are so hard to study? Because it's just the brain looking at itself. But every
Yeah.
other animal, it's like, it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's super weird, like the story of like how they named the brain. The brain. It's like a bunch of scientists back in the day were like doing like because they used to like have cadavers and like cut them open with like all the medieval tools, and they pulled this dude's brain out, and they were like, "Whoa!" like talking about it, and then the brain turned to them and was like, "I'm the brain."
What the?
So
that
weird.
Definitely did not happen.
What?
Wow, Josh. Wow. I was really going
the
for
brain.
it. I was really
Yeah, that's in the
going
first.
for
Yeah,
it.
that's in the first half. Not gonna lie.
Pissed me off. Yeah, I've literally held a human brain because my mom worked at a laboratory and they had like specimens. I held a brain, I held a human leg, and it was
I
like
do that
literally
all the time.
100 pounds.
That's weird because I don't know if I mentioned this when you told that story before, but I think it was like John Oliver's show. I just watched about something about how a bunch of like I don't remember who they are, like the health people in the States. I don't remember what they're called. Like got in trouble for stuff like that, like letting their
like
kids
letting-
play around
yeah.
with like brain parts and like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, my mom was definitely not supposed to let me do any of that, but that was way back in the day at a lab that is non-existent anymore. So hopefully
That's
that.
probably good.
Try and find us now, FBI.
Yeah.
Sean, you gotta throw some more of those words.
Yeah, throw
I've
some
been
of those-
seeing you looking at that chat.
I just keep looking at it. It's funny. 'Cause
You should just list all
it
the
funny?
I
words.
just want to
No,
see some
'cause-
of them.
maybe
We
one
might
day we'll
say-
actually
yeah.
talk about it.
There's
Yeah, there's
there's
some good-
plenty to actually talk about.
Yeah,
in
there's
there.
some pretty good ones.
Well, let's play the people the video of us singing Evanescence.
Okay,
Is that a
well,
thing?
Oh yeah, I recorded that.
yes, but give a context first. Just give the story first.
I was yelling at Chris to show me his dick.
Oh yeah, so Sean does this thing
So he,
every single
reoccurring.
time he's drunk.
Reoccurring.
Every single time. Where he keeps telling people how he wants them to show him his dick. And apparently when he's not drunk, he doesn't really want to see it.
Dude,
But
It's just me joking around, and if someone were to actually whip out the dick, I'd be pissed.
why'd you be pissed?
That's what
kick
Sean
him.
said earlier when we were talking about it. It's like, I'd be pissed if
Because-
any of you actually pulled out your dick. It's like,
It's
Sean was about to get on his hands and knees and beg for the
Yeah.
cock. Like,
He's going to do a handstand and whip his out
No.
over the fire.
Give me the D. Give
I just
me
think
the
it's
D.
a funny joke.
no, he's just,
Pretty heavily implied.
he just wants to
it's
know.
not-
It's
He's-
so
not
funny every
real.
time.
Yeah.
What do you mean heavily
he's-
implied it's not real?
No, when he's legit
What do you mean,
screaming,
what do I
"Give me
mean?"
your fucking dick. He just
Yeah,
wants to
it's
see
funny.
It. He just wants to see it.
Don't
wanna
want
And he's
see it.
using the drunkenness to finally have the courage to be like, dude, just show me your dick.
Chris, show me your dick right now.
See, he's doing
See?
it. He's
See?
drunk.
He's like, you know what? Let me see that fucking dick.
If you whipped it out, I'd punch you in the face.
Why?
Cause it's disgusting. I want to see some fucking dick.
It's
At
never-
the time, you want to see some dick.
All right, so when is
don't.
our next fire? When's the next time we're having a fire? Because I'm just waiting for Sean to take one step and be like, give me that dick.
All right, let's play the video.
Oh, you turned it, so it stopped.
That makes complete sense.
Quiet.
Not in the microphone.
Gonna pull out the fucking dick, you like it or not. I'm gonna rip down your pants and fucking grab your cock.
It's so
God.
good.
That was like the worst one I've ever done.
It is so
Not
good.
Josh loved
Not
it.
to toot my own horn, but Sean and I can like go.
It was so good. Though.
Yeah, I want to see you guys at like karaoke doing like duos because that fucking good shit.
Just
that was good
Emma's
stuff.
freestyle was good.
Yeah.
Emma's
Sean's
good at
like,
coming up with
penis,
I'm okay.
show me, penis, show it to me.
He like wasn't. I was being all serious. Sean was like getting actually mad, like throwing shit around, like she went that fucking dick.
Oh yeah, like when we brought up the hidden tapes.
The hidden, the
Right.
lost tapes.
Enough.
Enough, guys.
And,
JOI, jerk off instructor. I learned that the other night.
That's Chris's new job.
Bestiality.
Yep.
Dick sizes, Emma's boob size. I like bestiality. Feet. all
yeah.
I know,
all
like-
I wrote for this one was compared to now.
Oh, it was like stuff in the past compared to
Oh
now.
yeah, it was life.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wrote ... for some reason.
You probably were thinking.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, I need to document that I'm thinking right
We were
now.
definitely thinking.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I need to think.
Facebook, stop pressuring.
Yeah.
Chris's traumas.
Chris is
God.
strong.
Everything.
Chris screaming.
Why was I screaming? Probably yelling at you about something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aliens, uncomfortable furniture.
Oh, because you were getting
Baptized.
annoyed at the bench that you were sitting on.
I was like screaming like the second we got there. Like shit, my ass is so uncomfortable. So we need to bring like pillows and blankets.
They're not comfy chairs.
It's fine at first, but when I'm sitting in the same position, like in a not really comfortable.
If you're
thing-
sitting in it, like you normally sit in a chair, it's fine. But if you're doing any like leaning where you're
Yeah.
putting pressure on something, it's the worst.
That's why I like my side of my leg hurt and I couldn't like stand up for like 10 minutes for some reason because like the way I like moved in it. So.
yeah, we need
I
to bring
just
pillows.
slouch back.
We need to bring pillows. Remember that.
Yeah.
Check that off. Sean is dying over there reading something. All right, tell us.
Chris wrote, eating flaming logs.
Oh yeah, 'cause you said,
you said to do
something
that.
about that. Everything I wrote was you telling me to like put stuff down.
I was like, Chris, write that down. Chris, write that down. Chris, put that in the chat.
That's like a Hollywood director. Write that down. That's such a good idea.
Yes, sir.
Eating flaming logs.
And he literally means like flaming like wood logs.
Yeah, I don't
What
know
other
why.
logs would there be? Metal logs?
I don't know. I just like to emphasize
Data
how
logs.
Wow.
literal you were being.
Wow, Sean is just attacking.
Yes,
He's
yes,
pissed because you didn't show him your dick.
And
Josh wrote, word you fucked up as a kid, i.e. cul-de-sac, I thought was cul-de-sac.
What?
For the longest time, put a V in it.
Cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
Why didn't I see that?
Calabunga.
Calabonga.
That was just me just not knowing how to spell it.
No.
I did not know.
No.
Wait, what?
Because the
He
word
said
is
it. He said it.
Cowabunga. You wrote Calabunga.
I never thought it was
I
that.
don't know how to spell it.
No. So we're playing Minecraft. We built this tall
Cowabunga.
tower that are jumping off and trying to go through this hole to splash in the water, to land in the water.
Isn't it
And
documented? Is there a video they
No.
can watch?
no, I don't
No?
think so.
We were
but
playing locally offline.
yeah.
Damn.
And Josh put a sign because we were gonna name it something or do something, and we are trying to write Cowabunga because we are jumping off into the water, and all of a sudden no one's paying attention. All of a sudden the sign's up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh, Josh put a sign, Calabonga. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, yeah, Calabonga. Like, no, that's not it at all.
For all those Cali bongs out there, hand those vapes.
God. Calabonga.
Calabunga. That's a good
I don't
one.
remember any words that like really messed up like
I
that.
fucked up words all the time.
Yeah.
Like, for the longest time, I thought it was cul-de-sac. Like, cul-the-sac. Not cul-de-sac.
I do remember for a really long time.
Which is pretty close.
Yeah, that's like pretty good. I remember for a long time, which I only remember from school. Apparently, I remember like having a hard time saying R's, and we just used like W's when I was like really little.
W?
War.
Like giraffe. like stuff
Giraffe?
like that. Yeah, I remember in
Giraffe.
school like being like, "It's say it like this," like 'cause,
We're doing like the honors program.
you know, in our town.
Yeah, in your town.
which is like you can like read in general.
Yeah. Like he can read as you're graduating high school.
Yeah.
I used to have words or names for things that I didn't know were like other things, like Dalmatians. I literally thought they were doggy-mations. Like we call them doggy-mations. And like
What the fuck?
one of my friends when I was younger was like, "What are you saying?" I'm like, "I don't know, the doggy-mation." It's like
Doggy-mation.
it's Dalmatian. I'm like,
That's amazing.
Oh, I think
Dalmatian?
you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm like, Dalmatian sounds made up, so
What doggy nations?
yeah, doggy-mations.
I don't think I've heard that one. That's
No.
Everything was good until the doggy-mation attack.
Yeah. Damnation. Damnation, doggy nation.
All right, we're running out of time here. You want to do this story of yours?
Your novel?
Yeah, your novel.
It's pretty long.
Oh, is that what that is? Oh wow.
Just speed it up.
That is
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
So I typed all this for fucking hours. So a lot of my notes are really bad, but I'm gonna try my hardest to get through this. But I was gonna connect this to our dream cast with what I'm talking about is a character that has never been searched before. A Nintendo character that is almost non-existent.
Do you know who it is?
Isn't it like a fisherman guy?
No.
I saw an article about this the other day.
Yeah, that's what Sean said too. And I was so amped because I thought I was the only one that would know this. And Sean's like, "Oh yeah, this. I'm like, ugh. All right, so you probably know what it is, but I'm going to give you all this
I just saw the
information."
article title. I don't know anything about it.
So I was tying it into our dream thing because this character was it all a dream that this person existed?
No.
So
Because I remember him.
So in 2014, there was a Nintendo Direct where a game was released for the 3DS called Rusty's Real Deal Baseball. Right?
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
fucking demo like that
was
plastered on my title screen for so long. I hate that they do that.
Yeah.
What is it?
They like, put a notification, like a little square on the 3DS. It's like, download the demo.
Oh, and
But
it's just like
not actually
automatically is
there.
on your home screen, right?
Yeah.
The little present thing.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. But you don't have to download. You can just get rid of it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still fucking annoying.
Yeah, I did not like that with the DS. I don't like that.
I'm pretty sure Rusty's kept showing back up too.
That's annoying.
I don't remember that.
So it was an arcade type game and looked like Wii Sports. It was Nintendo's first free-to-play game before any other Nintendo game did this.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
in
yeah, I do remember that.
2014, or maybe it might have actually been released in 2015, but it was announced in 2014. Maybe not. It might have been 2014. But that's so weird to me that that is the first game they did that. That was like 2 days ago. Why have they never done that before?
When that sticker game come out with the rabbit,
Sticker game?
it's like
Oh,
a
the crane one?
game.
They still have that, yeah.
Yeah, when that come out?
Don't know. After Rusty, apparently.
Yeah, it's gotta be close to
Kinda like
that.
Is it the one where there's the rabbit?
Yeah.
So I'll bring that up later.
It's like not even just a game, though. You just use them to, like, decorate your, like, 3DS.
That's
Yeah.
cool. So Nintendo being Nintendo couldn't have done something normal with this concept. While most free-to-play games are full of like in-game ads or lives-based systems or different types of currency, Rusty's Real Deal did something completely different. There's an entirely unique mechanic that has not ever been done before. It's an in-game shop and an in-game shopkeep with an in-game shopkeep named Rusty. You're able to haggle with Rusty to reduce the real-world monetary price of the mini games he had for sale. All of the mini games are $4 each, but you're able to bribe him with various different items in like donuts to significantly reduce the price of what he's initially asking. And these are like real money. Like what you're buying off of him is mini games, and when you like after you're done haggling with him and like you get items from like doing stuff, and you give him those items, and he'll give you a huge discount on buying the mini game. When you buy the mini game and beat it, at the end you get an item that you can use to now give to him for the next mini game and next part of the story.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, so it's like each mini game is $4, but you can like, I'm pretty sure it might drop. I don't know exactly how much it drops down, but it drops down like probably half the price. So this is just like, I'll give you a little explanation about Rusty. So Rusty's a broken man with a failing business, a collapsing marriage, and 10 kids to feed.
What?
And that he'll remind you every time you go to his shop. He basically will guilt you into giving him items to help him in his life that will make it so you can have, like, having those items make it so you're able to haggle down the prices for the mini games, which obviously helps you. So I started reading about this and then came across it on YouTube. And so Nick Robinson is the creator of video I watched. He's a YouTuber who basically like covers all things video games. So he experienced an unfortunate apartment fire where he lost a lot of his personal items, including his gaming consoles. Over time, he reacquired new hardware, with one of his last purchases being a 2DS XL. Bitch, that's what I got. So he recently downloaded previous games he had in the past. Rusty's game is a free download game with DLC, and while he was downloading the game, he was curious to see what would happen when trying to re-download the mini games. Because each game could be a different price depending if how much he haggled and how much whatever. So he wanted to see how the game would react to the reinstallation of the mini games, because you know that the 3DS doesn't have the like cloud thing or whatever. So it's like any of that type of save data isn't in there. So it all starts all over. So all the tutorials and all the negotiating and everything. But however, the end result is basically the same, because at the end of the negotiation, when you go to the eShop, regardless of what you agreed to pay, it was already previously purchased on his other DS on the same account. So you basically just when you're haggling with him, you decide on a price and he connects you to the eShop, and it just you basically re-download it for free. So he knew that whatever he agreed on for the price, he would just be getting it for free because he paid in the past. So this made Nick dive deeper to see if he could get some answers on what would happen if he decided against haggling with Rusty. And so he decided to pay for the mini games out of pocket, full price, without any sort of haggling, because he wanted to see if there was any special dialogue or whatever. So he talks about in his video dark patterns. He used an example for Dave & Buster's. So, like, we'll say Fun Spot. Like, say you're buying, you want to get $20 worth of tokens. And they're like, are you sure you don't want to get 25 for an extra, like, dollar or whatever? And, like, you have to... Well, FunSpot doesn't really do that. I'm trying to think of an example without stealing his exact example, but I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
So basically, he showed a clip of him going to Dave & Buster's, and it's like, he has a Dave & Buster's card that you can, like, you literally use it and swipe it at different games. Mm-hmm. It's like literally coins. And so he tried to load $20 onto it, and they were like, are you sure you don't want to add 25? And it's already highlighted this big thing saying, yes, I do want to do this, and then this small no. And it's like, it's asked him 3 different times if he was sure he didn't want to just do the 25 for a little bit more and you get more and whatever. And it's like, it was literally highlighted to make him click yes. So if you're going fast, you would click it by accident.
That's like when you're trying to like cancel like certain like subscription services and they go with like 4 screens
right.
to be like, are you really sure?
Right.
Just like shitty design.
Yeah, so it's like, it's basically just kind of tricking you, and it's already highlighted on the wanting yes or whatever, so it's hard to hit no and unsubscribe and no and whatever. So he is saying that this game has light patterns. So when you're, let me see. Yeah, so what he discovered was that Rusty really doesn't want you to pay full price for any of the mini games. It actually literally puts your cursor on the options to get you the discount. So like, it's saying like pay full price or like negotiate, haggle, or pay full price, and it's just on the haggle. And if you try and move it, then it will it literally does 4 or 5 screens being like, are you sure? No, you should haggle. You'll get a better price, and this and this and this and all this whatever. So one of Rusty's kids will try and stop you 4 or 5 times before they accept you paying the full price. The story of the game is all based off of you getting the discount and trading something that can be of use to him. For example, one thing is that he has really long. I think he's a dog. Has really long nose hairs and he can't breathe. And you get nose hair trimmers, and for one of the prizes at the end of the mini game, and you would trade it with him so he can cut his nose hair and be able to breathe. So you get different items like this when you beat the mini games. So he's going through all of them and saying yes, he wants to pay full price, and they're like, no, don't. But Nick just keeps clicking yes, I want to. So when you pay full price, he finally says like fine, and it blows the Rusty's mind that you just actually paid full price and thanks you and blah blah blah. You can't believe that you gave him the full amount, and then he guides you to the e-shop completely normal. But the next part is what's different. Every mini game you beat, there's an unlockable story item that you're supposed to hand to Rusty to help him. But paying full price, well, I already said that. You don't end up giving Rusty the item, so you don't get the discount. Therefore, he never progresses with the story with the item that you give him. So it's just basically all your items are just sitting in your inventory untouched for no reason. So I wrote, so how is the story going to progress? 3 words: Pappy Van Poodle. So until a few weeks ago, I don't think that name has been said by anyone out loud besides someone at Nintendo headquarters. So
Who
normally,
is this?
What'd you say?
Who is this?
Pappy Van Poodle.
Who is that?
So he's a character that
The world forgot.
the world basically had no idea. So he's what they put into the game in case for some reason the small percentage of someone chooses to pay legit actual money, more money, for whatever reason, when the whole game is based off of haggling and getting cheaper prices.
So what? Who? That's the only time to show up?
Yes.
Yeah, we're about to find out because no one would ever be like, "Yeah, I'm going to pay full price." 'cause
Exactly.
It's not humans.
It's
Exactly.
like Mr. Rossetti in Animal Crossing. He only shows up if you close the game without saving.
So normally after you give Rusty an item, it shows you a little cutscene and how your gift improved his life. Like the nose trimmers, you can cut his hair and you can breathe freely again. So Nintendo used an entirely different character to fill in those story holes. Pappy Van Poodle is an overweight dog with a cane that Nintendo describes as a, quote, neighbor businessman mentor to Rusty for nearly 20 human years. Turns out there are 6 total cutscenes featuring Pappy, all of them being exclusive to the small percent of players who never haggled Rusty. These moments provide a surprising amount of backstory for Pappy and Rusty. I don't know why I wrote Ruth. Pappy and Rusty's relationship. So it all seems pretty normal, but nobody seems to know that Pappy exists. Like, literally, there's 0 results on Google, Twitter, YouTube, Nintendo, Wikipedia. He basically doesn't exist. Like, if you typed it in on Google, it would just say no results found. So, cut to May 25th, 2019. So, I'm trying to remember exactly what day it was. I think it was maybe the 15th or something that Nick released his video. So, cut forward to now, so the 25th. So, during this time, there's been an explosion on the internet. Pappy parodies, being in Smash predictions, Smash stages built, whole subreddits, Discord servers, porn, songs, drawings, literally anything you can imagine. Millions of pictures on the internet. Also, now... Don't fall microphone. I'm whipping open my DS and going to the bestsellers.
No way.
Is it a game?
It's literally like number 6 on the top list right now.
That's crazy.
So I'm downloading it.
In like a week, basically, this thing
Yes.
exploded.
Yep. So it's like 6 on the eShop, and let's see. So yeah, so it's one of the bestsellers list on the eShop. Starting the day that Nick uploaded the video, everyone came together to the same place and uncovered even more Pappy lore, excuse me. Nick thought the video was the only place Pappy was documented on the internet, which it kind of was on like the surface level, like English and whatever. But there is a part of the story that was missed. All the Rusty fans began to come together on the internet, and I kind of like went through this part really fast, but basically they were talking on, I think it was Twitter, and someone was like, oh, like, I swear that they saw someone else posting about Pappy, and they were talking about, like, let me see if I can find the post. It was, I remember it being, like, on this website or here or whatever. They were talking about on the Miiverse, because you can, like, post screenshots and, like, drawings and stuff. This person was like, I swear I saw someone screenshot Pappy and post about it. So they were trying to find it. I didn't write down what their username was, but so them and Nick were trying to like go through and see if they could find anything. But as you guys know, Nintendo shut down the Miiverse.
Yep.
Which one was that? 2017, 2018?
17.
I failed to write that down, but so because Nintendo shut down the Miiverse, they couldn't just go back to the post. But Nick wanted to see if he could find anyone posting about it online and try and tell the world about the Pappy Van Poodle. So basically at this point he's like giving up because Miiverse is gone. But apparently there's a website called Archiverse. It's a service that archived all the posts on the Miiverse. So
Did
like
they find it?
What?
I don't know how. I wrote not knowing how far back they archived, but hoping there was something promising. I don't know how far they went back, but there's like, from what I think, they have like everything archived. Because they like once they announced that they were getting rid of the Miiverse, they like went ape shit and went and tried to get everything. So he went to the Rusty's Real Deal Miiverse. At first he found nothing. So he tried to dig in, couldn't find anything else. So he responded to the person on Twitter who claimed that they saw the post, and let him know that he couldn't find the post that he was talking about or anything. And then that person on Twitter also responded, was like, I can't either. So they basically felt defeated. They gave up. There was nothing they could really do after searching for hours. Hours later, another tweet from the person on Twitter said, I found it. Attached to the tweet was a screenshot dated February 23rd, 2017 from, I actually wrote this person's username, Charizard300. 9 months before the Miiverse was kaputs by Nintendo, it laid out perfect detail on how to summon Pappy and also posted screenshots of him. But for some reason, the kid, Nick, on the YouTube channel, couldn't believe that 2017 was the first time Pappy was captured. Because the game was out for 3+ years, so he decided to keep digging. So on his last YouTube video, he was scrolling through his comments to see if anyone gave any updates and whatever, and found a comment that changed everything. Ricardo Webb on YouTube left a comment saying, have it screenshotted?
Oh shit. This is fascinating. I love this kind of stuff.
I like how Emma's using like 14 different devices.
Yeah. I'm on my phone,
You're a hacker.
the DS, and my iPad. So Ricardo Webb said, I remember when CWC, apostrophe S, CWC's Nintendo purchases got discovered. Turns out that they paid the full amount for each minigame. People laughed at the fact that Chris didn't seem to get the haggling aspect, but perhaps Chris was just a fan of the unsung hero Pappy. So this comment stopped Nick dead in his tracks because CWC is Christine West Chandler. Chris Chan. Do you guys know who Chris
No,
Chan
I have
is?
no idea who
I
that
know
is.
Christian.
The leader of 4chan?
No. So Chris Chan is transgender. They were born male and transgender female. So previously, they were on, I think it was YouTube and different, probably Reddit, a few other things. Actually, it definitely was Reddit. They are the creator of Sonic Chew. Do you remember that?
No.
I don't know. Maybe?
So it's like a blend of Sonic and Pikachu, and they drew comics and
I think I know. what
yeah,
it is.
and they're like super eccentric and I think has some mental disabilities as well. Has like a lot of issues, family issues, and like something. But like they've posted videos of them. They have a mental disability, and are like at one point they went into GameStop and started screaming at the employees because in one of the newer Sonic games, his arms were no longer tan; they were blue.
I think I saw a video about
Yes,
this,
there is a video.
them at some point. I think
Yes.
so. I think I know who they are.
Yes, there a few years ago that there was like a wicked viral video
Yes,
of like a documentary on them.
I think I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah, who made that? Someone big.
Someone big.
Someone
made it,
big
'cause I
did.
guess
Like a Logan Paul or Jake Paul.
it was like something like that. But I remember it was someone that like I actually cared about enough. So
So what does this have to do with the poodle?
it's
They
just
make
crazy.
it?
It's just crazy that
It just goes deep.
Chris Chan is like famous on Reddit and stuff, and whether it's people making fun of them or
Also, that person was someone who got the poodle like a long time ago.
yes,
Yeah.
so that was
Oh.
so Chris Chan was the first documented person to have definitely seen Pappy Van Poodle, because if you don't haggle, if you pay full price for the mini games,
Yeah.
there's no way you didn't see Pappy. So
What a weird specific thing.
because in 2015 her purchases were released by a Nintendo employee. So someone like basically went into her account and like looked at all the games she bought and all this stuff. Just like, I don't know how to explain it without being like, explain about that person without being insensitive and being inappropriate. Like, but they're like, basically they were a meme. They're a meme that people make fun of them and like all this stuff. So
Are you talking about Chris Chan?
yeah, Chris Chan.
Yeah, I only know him because like a podcast I watch, like Sleepy Cabin, they would like bring him up and like joke about him.
Yeah. I think back when he was male, he was trying to date someone and I can't remember. If you don't know Chris Chan, look up Chris Chan. Like I said,
I am right now. I know that person.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so it's just weird that Chris Chan happened to be the first person like recorded to have bought the mini games because someone from Nintendo leaked their purchases or used to work at Nintendo. So Nick, the YouTuber, decided to get in contact with her and talk about it. So they FaceTimed and he included the video of them talking on his video, the FaceTime call on his video, and basically Nick was like, so like I heard that you paid full price for this game, the mini games and blah blah blah, and so we just want to get you on record saying that you didn't haggle. And she's like, oh no, I definitely haggled. I'm the best haggler ever. Like something blah blah blah. It's like, so you did haggle, so you didn't pay full price. She's like, no, I didn't pay full price. Like something. And then while she was saying that game that you were just talking about with the bunny, she was like, oh no, something, and said that part of that game. And so Nick
Badge
was like,
Arcade?
What?
Was it called Badge Arcade?
Yeah, which is still a thing.
Yeah.
You can still play it.
And Nick was like, no, I think you're thinking of Badge Arcade. And she's like, no, like something, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, yeah, I haggled the dog, something. I just thought it, because she said something about a bunny. And it's like, no, it's a dog. I think you're thinking of the wrong game, whatever. So basically, she went onto Twitter and made a statement being like, I'm sorry to whoever thinks that I'm the one that found Pappy Van Poodle, but it wasn't me. I never paid full price. The person who posted my purchases was wrong and leaked the wrong information because I haggled. I never saw that character. So it's like, okay. So then Nick dug more, and it turns out that the Japanese game version has a different name. I didn't. Oh wait, did I write it down? Oh yeah, it was. I think this might be wrong, but I'm just gonna say anyway. I think it's Dark Meshi Sports Shop. Something like Dark Meshi Sports Shop is what it's called. The Japanese title. So because it has a completely different name and different everything, it has different names and was released earlier, and there was actually posts about it back in 2014 by a user named Chico. But there was something about it, there wasn't anything really there. But when you search, so they found out the Japanese names and everything, and looked it up, and so when they looked up the Japanese names, that all of a sudden a bunch of stuff popped up on Google. So it wasn't completely not real, and no one looked for it. If you searched, Nick kept searching for the name with quotations, but if you don't search the name with quotations in Japanese, there's a bunch of shit that pops up. So
why would he do that?
Say what?
Why would he do that?
I don't know. And when I was looking at that, I was
sense.
like, why is he typing in quotations? So yeah, basically, so he searched the name without quotations in Japanese. A Japanese gamer lost their save file just like Nick did when his house burned down and he had to get a new console. So the same exact thing this Japanese person did back in 2013. So August 14th, 2013, a Japanese blog talking about the game 6 days after it was released talked about Poppy. Now they're everywhere on the internet.
I want to see this. What's it called? Pappy Van Poodle?
Pappy Van Poodle.
I'm gonna look it up.
Pappy
Pappy.
Van Poodle.
So Sean's he's currently going to Rule
There it is.
34.
Pappy Van Poodle.
Yep, it's wicked cute.
Oh my god.
There's a thick version of her.
I want to see the thick version.
Shit.
It's a guy.
Well, it's a thick girl version.
Of course there is.
Can you see it?
Nice.
Oh wait.
Can I see it? I want to see what you're showing.
The thickness?
Yeah, I want to see the whole thing.
I'll be honest, I didn't really see it.
Yeah.
I just had
Sean's
nice.
literally showing like a furry interpretation.
Of like a female like Pappy with like short shorts on,
damn.
like a tank top.
Yeah, it's not what they actually look like, but it's fine. Yeah, sorry for the long story, but I like got into that and could not get out of it. I thought it was crazy.
That sounds insane.
It's so crazy to me that like how with people being so into Nintendo, like being so into Nintendo, especially it being a free, well, quote unquote free because it has DLC, but free download, and it's like it's just so weird to me that it's been out since 2013. Well, Japan, so maybe 2014 and whatever. But not a single person ever paid full price. Which, like, I don't see why you would, but, like, people who want to see it more into the story, because that's why he did it. He's like, well, I want to see now that, even though he did previously pay for it with the haggled amount, but because he lost his save file and everything had to start over, it's like, I want to see what would happen if I paid full price. I don't know. It's like, it's just so weird that it's been out for years and not a single person, besides in Japan.
That one Japanese person.
Yeah, which, like I said, they found that one person, but when they started finding out the exact titles to search, because it was like dark meshy sports shop, it was nothing like Rusty's baseball,
Yeah.
whatever the hell. So it's like if you looked up the right name and the dog's name in Pappy Van Poodle's name is Inuzotipo in Japan, in Japanese, Inuzotipo, and it's like a pun, but I am not getting into that any longer because I talked about it for a long time. But
Oh, good. It's our special hiatus episode.
yeah, but when you search that name, a bunch of stuff pops up. So it's just because it was out in Japan for like a whole year more than wherever.
It's just weird that I didn't ever like no one ever transferred that over like and like I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
Weird.
you literally looked up Pappy Van Poodle and there was 0, and now all of a sudden there's a zillion things online.
People love him.
Yeah,
People love
he's the
him.
best. He's my favorite Nintendo character.
He better be in Smash as like fucking
Sis
at
trophy.
least,
Every-
yeah.
No,
assist
full
trophy.
playable character.
There's people literally like making videos of them, like it's like young kids being dead ass serious, like predictions for Smash, Pappy Van Poodle, and there's Pappy Van Poodle like stages everywhere.
Has Nintendo released an official word about it?
I don't know. I'm not
Good.
sure.
We never made no Pappy.
Yeah.
What is Pappy?
What is
you go
this
back,
Pappy?
it doesn't exist. It's taken out of
Yeah.
all the games.
Yeah, it's completely gone.
That's crazy.
Yep. So it's like was Pappy all a dream?
You know what that reminds me of?
No.
Do you guys follow SpongeBob on Facebook?
No.
No.
So they released a thing called Bikini Bottom Mysteries,
Oh yeah.
and they're super funny. They're like random mysteries that like they make up.
I think you showed me this.
Like they recently did one about Fred the Fish, who's like, you've seen him. He's like orange. He's like the orange fish. And just like he has multiple jobs, multiple wives.
Yeah. That's all
And-
that.
God.
It does like a bunch of like like interesting like tidbits like that.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because it's them who does it.
Yeah. They're like digging back into things that are like,
Well, that was thrilling and engaging, Emma. I'm proud of you.
thank you.
Real games journalist.
Right?
Yes. It's what the gamers needed.
Well, I'm just gonna call it for this week's episode.
Yeah?
Just chewing some popcorn
Yeah,
for the last
get-
like 10
get that.
minutes.
Lost.
Get that ASMR in there
Stop.
before we're done.
Stop.
Yep. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Let
Hurt
us
my
know. Let us
I
know.
bet a Colonel.
God. Let us know what you think of the sound. Thanks to Josh. He put a little.
Let me know what you think of this.
What did you say?
Can't hear it.
I know what you think of this. If you hear this, make sure you like and subscribe.
Okay.
All right.
No one cares.
I can't even hear what he's saying, but
You'll hear
basically, let us know. Let us know what you think of the sound. Josh, slowly paying him back for these microphones that he just bought for us. We got stands. We got the whole spiel. Let us
It's
know.
definitely
if you think
comfier.
everyone's yawning. It's the end of the night. The Dreamcast.
It is like super late. Recording
Yeah.
a really late episode.
Is it?
Let us know
That's
what
like
you think of the
super
sound. If it sounds any better, let us know. Give us a rating on iTunes. Hopefully 5 stars. Please give us a rating. Please let us know what you think. If you have any suggestions, you can tweet at us at,
Lumpy Pod.
or you can send us an email at.
lumpymilkpodcast@gmail.
Send us
Yeah.
your Pappy Rule 34.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. If you have any suggestions, any comments, anything you want us to talk about, or anything, you can email us there. Send us a tweet, or you can comment on our YouTube at Lumpy Milk Pockets. Yeah.
Only Pappy.
Good night.
Wait. We also got other things we can plug.
We do?
Well, Sean and I are going to be starting
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Let's Play. And also, on the Model 64 channel, there's that VIP thing.
The what?
The VIP server. Is that anything?
No one's supposed to know about it.
Oh,
It's a secret society.
dang.
Cut that out, okay.
No? We can keep it in. Keep people interested.
Keep people
Right.
on.
I thought it was maybe a Patreon thing.
It's
It
not,
is.
and if you were invited and actually part of it, you would have read the thing and known
Josh
that
is
it
part
was a
of it.
secret. Oh, so I guess you didn't read the welcome page.
I did read the welcome
Yeah.
page.
It also is partly a Patreon thing.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
he clearly
figured.
didn't read the "Don't tell anyone, bros" part.
Oh yeah.
I
We're cutting this
did.
out.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Support me on Patreon if you want to be in my VIP Discord.
Stop.
Stop begging people for money.
All right.
Please, money, please.
We're all going to say good night in 3,